there's a veil of cynicism here that, technology has been the greatest force for good since technology started making an impact and since the internet started making its impact in 1994. And that's also led to tremendous value creation along the way for the people whose lives have been impacted by it. And, for I think the longest period of time, technology has really impacted white collar jobs and white and even light blue collar jobs. And now we're really seeing the pendulum swing to technology impacting the rest of the world. We've been spending time in this thesis on frontline workers and how technology can hopefully lift them up and make their lives easier, everyone from healthcare to hospitality and everyone in between. But I think that, to me, that means just sort of thinking differently about how technology plays a role in their lives, whether that's access to payroll or benefits or more information so they can have sort of greater profits or greater rewards. Those are all things that ultimately are sort of uplifting with technology. But that's not different over the longest period of time. The differences, I think, have been that, and this is most reflected in venture capital, that we as an industry, as a cottage industry, often get caught up in trends of the moment. Who remembers the drone trend and the drone companies that raised tens of millions of dollars that are no longer in existence? Or the robotics companies that also raised tens of millions of dollars and are no longer in existence. And at the moment, we're in this AI renaissance and AI hype cycle. And chances are we're going to see the same types of things where a couple of those drone companies still exist. Some have government contracts, others are businesses like DJI, very successful consumer companies, while the same thing exists in robotics. And there's some successful robotics companies that have replaced parcel sorting and other kinds of businesses like that. The same types of things will happen in AI. And I think that's the drumbeat of technology's impact on the world. The next areas of investment that I'm really excited about are rethinking these sort of decades-old, crufty enterprise pieces of software that can now be reimagined with new user interfaces and new experiences. And there was a period of time when everyone kind of poo-pooed Slack and texting and slacking and chatting each other. And now Slack has become a system of record for thousands of enterprises and organizations. How does Slack act as a gateway for the next series of enterprise applications that are going to be built using just chat as an interface, or maybe voice as an interface, or just simpler, user interfaces and user experiences? Maybe one day we'll finally have the chips implanted in our brains. We'll be able to have direct human-computer control. That's really exciting. It might sound a little scary, but I also think that that's the job of venture capital, to sort of take bets and make investments on that edge of it's scary, but it's also really exciting and hopefully lucrative for the founders and the investors along the way.